guys, Shan this side. Welcome back. And today we have Gyanendra with us. Hey, Gyanendra, thank you for accepting the
Hello.
request for the podcast and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Srans.
Thank you. Can you give us a brief, like when you passed out, after that, which company you joined, what was your tech stack, right? So, little bit background so that we all get little bit familiar with you.
Hello. Hi, my name is Gyanendra Singh. So I graduated from IIT VHU in 2022. I graduated in electrical engineering, and thereafter I was placed in Bosch, and therein I was working on several Java-based applications. Therein I was making use of Jakarta E, Java E, building REST services, SOAP
Mhm.
services, and but the domain was cybersecurity, so was building services for in domain of cybersecurity. And recently I got placed in Microsoft, and probably I will be working on SailPoint. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
So from 2022 to almost current, you were working with Bosch itself, first company, and now you have recently.
Yes, yes,
Nice.
yes,
Good.
yes.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
how did you come up with this? Like, okay, now this is the right time for the switch. Okay, it's been 3 years, or is there any goal? Like, you have a mindset like after three years, I have to stay in one company, or like you are not getting opportunity. So how was that? I'm just trying to understand why after 3 years. What's the mindset?
So actually, there was one twist in this story. I mean, this is not often the case with most of the developers,
Mm-hmm.
but I was parallelly preparing for UPSC CSE from 2013, 23 to 24, almost 2 years. So like lot of time, almost 8 hours daily, I was giving there apart from my working hours. But even then, I was doing pretty well. In my team, and
Mm-hmm.
later in time when I exhausted all my energy there, and I thought like it was not working for me, because that is entirely different thing. And so later I realized that software engineering I was doing pretty well, then I
Mm-hmm.
should give my all energy here. And then I decided I should continue this only. And probably I did 6 months therein, and from thereafter I starting feeling,
Mm-hmm.
I was saturated doing all the stuff which I was doing there. And
Okay.
I thought I should try something else, and then I started preparing.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Understood totally. Now you have decided that you have to full time now engineer focused here in this field, and you started preparing also. So how's your journey, preparation journey?
Yeah. So basically, as I told, like I was developing solutions using Jakarta E, Java E,
Mhm.
and was deploying the application on JBoss. So these technologies are not used quite often these days. We are using Spring Boot, wherein the inbuilt server is there. But I was developing, but I felt the gap at certain points, and I mean, we if we don't know something very deep, then it feels like we are doing something, we are
Correct.
not getting what we are doing. Then I explored a lot of videos, from YouTube, and then I figured out your content was suitable for me, because one thing I felt like you were trying to explain the depth of the topic, and which is really important these days, because AI can do all this shallow work,
Correct.
do the functional part of it. But when you explore the depth of every topic, I'll give you one example wherein, let's say, everyone know what the filters doing, everyone know what are the interceptor, but most of the people don't know like what is the sequence of these things, like whether the filters are executing first, whether the interceptors are executing first, what is the
Correct.
sequence. Like these things are pretty much covered when when people see your videos. So, and honestly, like you try to explain the concept very deeply, and this was the thing which influenced me to cover all the and tell mind. I'll tell you, I watched each videos of yours, like
Okay.
each one, like
Thanks.
honestly.
Thanks. Thanks.
These days I'm not watching, but yeah, I watched all of them.
Sure. Sure. Thanks. So
Okay.
you started with Spring Boot Java.
Yes, yes. I started firstly with Java,
Hmm.
then Spring Boot, then system design.
Okay.
Um,
So
all three set. Yeah.
okay, so this is become your part of your preparation. Like all this courses, you have started preparing with this one. What about DSA?
Yes, yes. DSA, I was like, so I mean, I did DSA from my college days, but because right now I'm at mid level, so I was not expecting something very crazy comes to me like solve this. So I was expecting something very generic questions will be asked. So I prepared those questions from Neat Code 150. Pretty standard problem. If you can
Mhm.
frame them, you can probably frame similar problems. So if you are at mid level, I would recommend those 150 problems. If you are like at fresh level, you should do some code forces, read coded contest as well. But at mid level, design is important. So you can check out Sean's code. Like it was really helpful for me. Like you can check it out if it works for you. And DSA should be I mean average. You don't have to be very excellent in that, but average can work. But design should be good.
So how much time
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
preparation you provided? Like how many months or what's the duration of the journey for this preparation?
5 months. 5 months. 5 months. Honestly, 4 months were primarily for preparation. One
Mhm.
month for applying, getting rejections, and so on.
Okay, so 4 months you haven't applied, you just prepared.
Just prepared. I
Oh,
didn't apply. And I took 15 days just to make my resume
acha.
because like I thought like if my resume is not good, it is not going to get shortlisted anywhere.
So when you started applying, you said that
Mhm.
15 days you take just to make your resume worthy enough so that it can filtered or
Mhm. Yeah.
shortlisted and all. So what you did exactly in those 15 days?
So actually we forget everything. Like often, like engineers just deliver something, and after 10 days they just forget about it. So what I did, I checked all my peers what I did, and I listed
Acha.
all the things in big paragraphs, and
Acha.
then I gave a prompt to ChatGPT, like frame this point so that it maximizes the ATS score for
Acha.
each point. Yeah, so I put that point there. So ultimately, it works like, and the same approach I tell to everyone, like you write a big paragraph saying what you did, what was the outcome, how you did, and then ask ChatGPT like frame this point for resume so that it gives maximize your ATS score. And
Mhm.
this way you complete your resume, and then it will be giving you a good ATS score.
How did you start the applying process? Like, what are the platforms you used? What's your strategy? And how many companies you were daily applying? Oh, everything. What you did.
This was really exhausting journey. I mean that those 30 days was really. I mean
Mhm.
I must have applied to at least 800 positions. Like
Okay.
800 probably is some I mean some like, but you don't have to be very. I mean because those most of the application will not be working for you. I mean if
Correct.
5 out of 100 is working, that is nice. If 10 is
Mm-hmm.
working, that is really nice.
Okay.
Okay. So, but for me, like two things were working: InstaHire, and one was like, I mean, directly applying to the company portal. So,
Mm-hmm.
going to their career page, because right now, what is happening if you apply to some job on Naukri,
Mm-hmm.
one job is there and thousands of application for that job.
Yes.
So that queue is getting bigger, and even the, I mean, number of peoples are more. And then I thought like probably most people won't be going on the career website.
Mm.
Maybe 1,000 people will be going. And on InstaHire, it was working. Like there are several. I mean, I got several. I mean, applications from that. Like I
Okay.
got for. I mean, interview call from Oracle, and then GS, and then like JP Morgan. But
Okay.
I didn't give interview because like I got the offer, then I proceeded with
Awesome.
it.
So mostly, so LinkedIn, you haven't tried itself.
I I applied Knock. I tried Naukri, LinkedIn, Zing platform that German people use. That I also tried. InstaHire, I told you, and Indeed also tried. But for
Mm-hmm.
me, the
Indeed.
InstaHire and company portal was
Got it.
working.
So you said like you applied
Yeah.
800 plus job positions. How you were getting notified for that, like early notification that yes, there is a job opening and you should be the first one to apply. Like, is there any way your approach you are following?
No, actually, I will just all the 50 companies I can name just now. I'll just go and will. My daily job was like this only. I will check all the companies.
Acha.
We'll go there. We'll check all. We'll sort them based on when the job came, and I will apply to only those jobs which just came like in 1 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I won't apply for other
Oh,
jobs.
cool. So that and also like this Microsoft you got from which platform?
Directly, company portal,
Directly company
career
portal.
portal.
Okay. So
Yes.
it's a 1 day process, interview process, or it spans over multiple days. Like how was it?
Um, So it differs. Like for some of the people who were giving with me, it was different from them. It was different from me. So generally, they take four interviews. The first one be, I mean, that also like the four interviews will be staggered in different format. It
Mm-hmm.
is also not fixed. Like first one
Mm-hmm.
can be LLD, first one can be, but in most cases, first one will be DSA, and second one will be LLD. Third one will be mix of LLD HLD
Mm-hmm.
at mid level, because again I'm saying like at mid level design is important. So third one will be mix of LLD HLD. Fourth one will be random bomb. Like
Okay.
the hiring manager can ask you anything. Like
Anything.
it's
Okay. So this is
it
you are
can
saying
be
for
from the
around
parts wherein you are weak.
SD2 position. You are saying
Mm.
mostly about this, right?
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
this is common for all the companies which you have. So you have applied for 800 plus companies. How many interviews actually scheduled?
Approx 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
and the
some
process
of the
is same.
companies I didn't give myself.
Okay.
Sorry.
And no, I was just saying the process is same like DSA, LLD, whatever the experience
Yes,
you have
yes,
for Microsoft.
yes, yes.
So
Mhm.
how was your total experience with the 20 companies which you have given? Like if you club your experience overall, and so what you would suggest, like what if engineers who are doing DSA, yeah, you got it, 150, but any specific topics which need to be more practiced for DSA, for LLD, what should be expectation? Coding, UML, what is expectation? What is expected in the interview? Similarly, for system design, based on your experience all over the 20 companies, interviews, can you club the experience of each round? What are the important topics and what should engineers should more focus on?
So is one advice to everyone, like you should not plan your preparation according to one company. Your preparation should be generalized one, because ultimate, and there is one approach wherein people make the resumes for separate companies. I mean, they'll be applying for Google, then they'll be making separate resume, then they'll be applying for. And this approach I don't agree with, because like you are one person, you have one role, and then how you are creating, whether you whatever role you're looking for, create the resume, and that thing should work at some point. And then there is clubbing of these parts. So in DSA there are some parts which are important. Most of the companies will be asking, for example, tree. They will be Many companies will be asking questions from the tree. For example, questions from the DP. From the DP, they will be asking very standard problems. They won't be asking many. And then comes like mapping. In mapping, they will be asking again standard problems. So at the middle level, they'll not be asking any questions which is going to be out of like standard problems that we have. So, I mean, I will recommend to go through all the 150 neat code problems, and understand the patterns. Like all those problems have some patterns. Probably using those patterns, you can solve more questions. And if you try to cover all the questions, then I mean, you'll be. I mean, so therefore, like I will recommend like you find out the patterns by solving all the questions by yourself. Like you should not be looking for the patterns from others. Like I read some problem and I noticed that there is this problem has the pattern with that problem. Rather, I will solve all the 150 problem, and I will myself develop one understanding regarding TP, regarding tree, regarding linked list. But for me, I mean, the questions were mainly from tree, DP. One was combinatorics. I mean, I was not expecting that question, but like somehow it came, and somehow I remember the formula, the NCM, and then it worked. And apart from that, I won't be saying much because like you
Hmm.
can just check out the neat code one and then understand the pattern. In the design part, like again, in design part also, I'm referring to LLD, there are 20 to 30 problems that you should do.
Okay.
I mean, those 20, yeah, 20 to 30 problems. I'm not saying like interviewer will ask you, I mean, questions from those 20 to 30 problems. Rather, you will develop one understanding, like how you solve the problems. And it's generally same in almost same cases. And mind you, like all the interviewers are not looking 100% correct
Correct.
generally. I mean, if you are 80%
Hmm.
good at an interview, then you are going to be hired.
Cool. So yeah, it's got overall experience what you have, and also the how many? What's the notice period in your Bosch?
I see. It was 3 months. Like, I mean, this was really a problem, honestly. I mean, mostly company won't be giving you an opportunity when you have 3 months
Hmm.
notice period.
So how did you handle it?
And so what I did, like, I set 1 month or 2 month notice period on those website. Then I was
Hmm.
getting some calls,
Okay.
and all the same time, I also discussed with my manager. But this is the case only when you have a good relationship with your manager.
Exactly.
So if you have a good relationship with your manager, then you can, I mean, say
Correct.
like you have 3 months notice period, you can say 60 days. It is then you can negotiate it later. And generally, in most of the cases, you'll be able to either buy it, or I mean, he'll be waiving it off.
Yeah. So that's pretty much from my side. But do you have anything which I haven't asked and you have wanted to share with everyone?
Yeah, I mean, there is one thing which I noticed on LinkedIn. A lot of people are posting like this DSS sheet and that DSS sheet. Mind you, like they have their inner motives also, like they
Hmm.
are earning money from it. Rather, you should try to find out the resources which are really helpful, which you will be helping you to understand the depth of the topic. Instead, just mark these 30 questions and then you'll be passing the interview.
Hmm.
It may pass one of the interview, but I'm going to tell you like it will work in most of the cases, but
Hmm.
you have to try to maximize the chances. So
Correct.
therefore, I will recommend you have to invest at least once your full energy into the in learning all the things, and then you can have some
Yes.
common understanding, and then things will work out for you.
Very true. Yes, totally agree, man. And also, is it okay if I share your LinkedIn profile into the description section so that any engineer have question which I haven't
Yeah, sure.
asked, they can directly reach out to you?
Yes, 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 sure.
Sure.
No problem.
Okay, cool. Thanks a lot. And that's thank you again.